Greetings, fellow strategists. Rodamon here. Thank you for tuning in to Starsector Homeworld. Episode 20, Outfitting the Fleet for a Real Fight. No, I have a comm sniffer here that hasn't been destroyed in a while. Alright, we got dual flat cannon from Tech Mining. I don't think we haven't gotten a single blueprint, if I recall correctly. And the bounty ended for this system that I'm in right now. It literally just ended, which kind of indicates there's not a need for me to be here, I'd imagine. These are the active hostilities, and where are the active bounties? There's a system bounty in my system. Okay. I think the reason why is like pirates or pathers have been messing with trade fleets, but there's no other system bounties right now. Which screams to me that there's probably not going to be a lot of corpses to pick over. So, let's go to Valhalla. Tritech and Hedge are going head-to-head, and they both inhabit that system. Maybe there's some Drury over there? The first time you saw light industry, you thought it was for light bulbs? That's funny. I doubt there'd be any damaged ships around, like Ragnar Complex, but I'll check. Yeah, I'm not really seeing any fleets duke it out at the moment. Although, there is a bounty here in Valhalla, right where I just dropped into, so maybe there is a conflict. Oh yeah, there's conflict here. Pirate Raiders throwing down with the Hedge. And we picked up an Enforcer. Wow, they are like straight up destroying each other. I would expect the Hedge to do slightly better, but they're really not. Although those were probably really small pickets. They were not like the actual fleet. Okay, that's where all the fighting is. I just need to be careful because, like, stumbling into... Oh, a... Pirate Colossus. So the Pirate Colossus here has, no, it doesn't. I thought it had shielded cargo. It doesn't? I'm going to recover it anyway. Ground support. Oh, is this like a different one? Converted cargo bay. Hull. No, it doesn't have shielded cargo. It is a War Colossus, and it's jank as hell. That's funny. Yeah, the Pirate Buffalo are the... or mules. I really like a Pirate Mule, ideally. But I don't get to choose. I'll take a Wolf, though. These have some pretty rough D-mods, though. But I did pick up both. How am I? Okay, I'm still within fleet capacity by like 9 people or something, but there's no one to hire here. But even if I don't have full crew, I'm okay with that for a bit. Do I still have the speed bonus for the mothball ships? I do, but I don't necessarily want to mothball them because then I just have to like supply them back up to full. And I'm not super slow right now. The Colossus is not 9 speed, but it's not probably going to compromise me and get me killed. Alright, Derrid. I'll pile him. Yeah, I think Derrid is picking over the bones now. I doubt we're going to get anything significant out of him. Oh boy. Okay. That picket's dead. Yeah. Unsurprisingly, these pirates is a bunch of eradicators, and that picket was like nothing. Apparently there's a lot more action over here. I'm surprised the pirate fleets haven't tried to jump me. I guess I look imposing enough that they're going to leave me alone, even though my fleet is basically a skeleton fleet. They don't need to know that. Yeah, I'm not even going to bother keeping that running. Could have sold it, but it's probably not a big difference. Well, we are completely full of fuel now as a result of the salvaging. I certainly picked the right system. I mean, going to any of the systems that have like an active bounty are probably the right area for conflict ships. Unfortunately, it's a bunch of trash attacking a whole bunch of trash here. So there's like the occasional like wolf or enforcer, but there's no high quality. There's no falcons or anything like that. There's nothing big getting killed here, as far as I could tell. Yeah, is this... No, this is a regular buffalo. Okay. Never mind. I was like, finally, something I want. Nope, just kidding. Alright, we are over cargo capacity for regular metals, so let's go and sell some of the junk we've got. And maybe even sell some of the fuel because we've been drowning in fuel. As far as Derrid goes, there's been some local raiding, which, oh, what ship was that? Oh, another Colossus. Another one of the, like, jank pirate colossi. No thanks. But there isn't still the shortage of domestic and lux goods, at least for now. What does sorting the scrap do to cargo amount? So the scrap is separate from cargo. So sorting the scrap will fill your regular cargo, but scrap is like its own special thing that doesn't take up room. It's magic. It's scrap magic. They pull it out of there. Infinite bags of holding to generate out of thin air. And I've been sorting it often enough that I don't fill it up so that I can keep sorting it. Because if you wait too long, then you're not getting scrap anymore. Alright. A derelict ship at Sword. Sure. Do that real quick, then head back to conflict zones. Yeah, it's totally separate, which is a little odd. But I don't think it would be... I wouldn't bother with it if it wasn't separate, because it would take up a lot of room. I think I'm going to drop the ships I grabbed off at Colony first, before heading to Sword. Production report. Oh, our first blueprint. Buffalo TT. Tri-tac Buffalo. Whoa. My enthusiasm cannot be contained. Because it's 0. Oh, dang it. Wrong gravity well. So the good news is we are getting some ships, and faster than going to the derelict missions doing combat zones. The bad news is they're not really good ships. They're like filler ships. And filler ships might help us if we really need to take out like a pirate base. Because if you take a look at the ships we have right now, another Fury, 2 Falcons, a bunch of Enforcers, a Manticore, a Shrike, a Mule, and some smaller stuff. Like, we could field roughly 30 or so. They just wouldn't be an effective 30. So in a pinch it could work, but like I wouldn't bet on myself for doing all that well in a big conflict. Needless to say. Alright. Taking a look. We still have Lud majority. Alright, that's fine. And in order to get to Sword here, it is orbiting a rocky metallic world. So at least, like, I get to see where the hell that is. Because, I hate when it's, like, some distance away from center. So, rocky metallic world. Got it. And we are about a mil away from being able to significantly terraform our planet for the first time. Adding the orbital solar arrays. Should be coming soon. I wonder if that's going to upset Tritac. I don't know if Tritac has cornered the market on food, but that's going to ramp up the amount of food we produce and might piss them off as a result. Do you get the description of some distance away before I take the mission? Yes. I do. Oh, we got a level 7. Okay. So we have another commander to raffle off. Let me pause the game a minute. Reset the raffle timer. And what I've been doing is getting rid of our 5s. Level 5 people in lieu of level 7s. So ISIS. Oh, that's a terrible name. Well, great name that got ruined. Is Energy Weapon Master, Gunnery Implants, System Master Expertise, Target Analysis, and Field Modulation all elite. Who do we get rid of? So Major Mildew is a target analysis. Fangface. I'm going to get rid of Fangface because impact mitigation is just not an elite skill I particularly care for. And hey, Fangface, maybe you win the next one. So you are going to be unnamed. To be named. So we have a level 7, a level 7, and a level 7. So long-term goal here. Once we have some decent ships, I can also outfit my best fleet commanders with some really high quality bionics so that the ships and the commanders are like kind of OP. And that's a long-term goal of mine. So that we have an elite force, elite super force of like salvaged ships. Because between the bionics that I can install on all of them, right? Because they all have bionics. Oh, and in fact, you can get rid of your current bionics because you're really not going to be in a combat situation for now. Between the bionics that I can install and increase their maximum, and the ships that I can SMod through experience, we can have OP ships that aren't meta, if you will, which is the thing I was trying to do all along. Because I've definitely done like meta fleets before, but not like OP ships of off meta. So meta would be like, you know, all disco ball paragons or something like that, right? Whereas in this way, I can use weird ships and make them work real well because of bionics and SMods. So for instance, let's say I got an Onslaught. Onslaughts are really powerful. Their real downfall is their maneuverability kind of sucks. They're giant cannons that fire forwards, and if your target isn't in front of you, you can't hit it very well. So they're very bad at killing like fighters or whatever, right? Well, what if I have a bunch of bionics that significantly increases my my maneuverability? So all of a sudden I have an Onslaught that can turn on a dime. That would be amazing. That would be, I would be able to play an Onslaught like I've never been able to play one before. So the hope is that I find ships that are like worthy of that kind of treatment, and I can lean into it. Or maybe I find a Doom, and I can install a bunch of mods that allow me to slip in and out of battle and just like blow everything up willy-nilly. Like there's a bunch of different weird sort of play styles that can be unlocked as soon as I'm able to and as soon as I get a ship that's like decent enough to be effective, because some ships are just not, they're just never going to be all that effective. Alright, let's go back to Valhalla if there's still a bounty there. Yep, there's still a faction bounty in Valhalla for 2 more months. And pick over the bones. All the while looking for derelict missions that might be worth our time. It's weird. I'm like not really picking up any hostile signals. Who are they at war with? Just Tritech? And always pirates? Hmm. Alright. It goes to Rome. Congrats. Oh, you're hanging out by your sensor? Boo. Yeah, so this is what I was referring to. If they're way too close, you can't really do anything. It's actively being patrolled. Research station at Titillion. That might be worth going to, even though it is offered by pirates. Because, yeah, this battle looks pretty tame. You have, like, micro pickets fighting each other. It's like a slap match, and I'm not going to be able to get good ships off of a bunch of tiny micro ships slapping each other. I don't really see that they're putting any force behind this. So this is sort of like the spitting match of the border between, like, India and Pakistan, where they're, like, march real loudly, and, like, that's the level of the hostilities going on right now. They're flipping their rifles like batons super good. That seems to be the level of conflict right now, as far as I could tell. Yeah, they're little dance battles. Exactly. It's only a matter of time until they start rap battling too. God, I'd pay to hear that. Yeah, I mean, it's like, okay, great, there's like a monitor. Well, I mean, I wouldn't mind a monitor, but it's certainly not going to, like, change the course of an entire war if I got one. Is that mission still being offered? Nope. Alright, why did my monthly income take a big ol' hit? Derelict is dropped stability? Oh, yes. So there's, like, super bad shortages as probably a result of commerce rating. So a lot of our industry is suffering as a consequence, which is, and the big hit was probably to farming, I'd imagine. I think we probably didn't have very good farming exports as a result of all the trade disruption. And the trade disruption is likely stemming from the Pather cells. One thing I could do is to scope out the base and see how big the base is. I think that's what I'm going to do. And see if I did outfit my entire fleet to take on the base, could we even do it? Because it's not worth me going to if I'm not going to win. So, let's scout it right now. Because that would help out our colony, and our colony is kind of low-key suffering as a result of Pathers. I hate Pathers. Last time the use internal storage did not work. The what? Yeah, if I wanted shielded cargo, I could go after smugglers and pirate trade convoys. I don't want it that badly, though. I care, but not that much, because, like, 99% of the time I don't have anything illicit on me. I barely run around with organs, drugs, or cores. You know what? It's not a big, I'll just pay the tithe this time. I'm gonna come back and do something about this. It's not a very big military base, so I think it is destroyable. So that's gonna be my new priority. Just well, we still want to save up for the solar array, destroy path base, and save up for solar array. Ooh, definitely don't want to Zenobia. Don't want to drop in on you. Learn my lesson. Oh, yeah, so the use internal storage, I know what you mean. The reason is I don't have a black market to allow for the internal storage of organs and drugs, which is why they weren't using them, I believe. But internal storage and resource stockpiles are fundamentally different. So there's also, and I'll explain this in a second, it'll be easier for me to show you what I mean in just a moment. Alright, so there is resource stockpiles, these, and then there's storage. And what I'm telling my colony to do is use the resource stockpiles during shortages, but that does not use storage. My storage is untouchable. Well, unless like another faction raids it or whatever. So if I wanted to help out my farming industry, I could move some heavy machinery from my resource stockpiles, or from my storage into resource stockpiles. And then that's going to alleviate the lack of stuff that farming was dealing with. And then for the Megaport and Patrol HQ, I can't really help that because I don't have ship hulls. But for the way station, I do have transphotonics. I don't want to put a lot of... Well, there's transphotonics in there. But I don't want to put a lot of transphotonics in for resource stockpile because I want them. I need them. But I can put some in to try to help. So therein lies the difference. If I hope I explained that well enough. That there's resource stockpiles and storage, and they're different. So what I tried to do is I tried to put harvested organs into resource stockpiles to help with the lack of organs. But because I don't have a free port, as you can see, the moment I hit free port on, that stock, that desired goods disappears. So the issue here is this isn't being touched unless I free port it. And I'm not going to do a free port because that's like a pirate thing. So essentially, these harvested organs can't be used. But I brought them to the colony anyway, because I had never played this way before. Okay, let's talk about, or rather, let's prepare to destroy a pirate base. All big ships coming out of dry dock that are combat capable. And it's going to take me a minute to outfit these. Given the quality of these ships, I'm more than likely to just like auto fit most of them. Because it's not going to be worth spending a whole lot of time tinkering them to be perfect or anything like that. So, crew under strength, let's fix that first. I need more crew. There we go. Can I change the laws around what goods are illegal? So in your own faction, yeah, you can do that. But I don't think, regardless, I don't think, even if you, where is that? If you went to do that, I don't think it would change, God, where is the faction screen? Oh, there it is. It wouldn't change like what is taboo in the galaxy. I don't think without Freeport enabled it would matter, in other words. All right, let me focus what I want to do here. So we are going to have another raffle timer for the major ships that are being assigned, the Fury and the 2 Falcons. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to auto fit these guys because I could spend forever doing it, and I don't want to spend forever doing it. So I'll just auto fit. Take a quick look to make sure it like makes sense, and if it doesn't make sense at all, I'll override it. Like 2 heavy mortars in the front with grab beams might not make sense. The issue is I really don't see better weapons, which is why I went with heavy mortars. I could do thumpers instead. I'm just gonna let it auto fit. Rather than take forever to outfit them myself, only for like half of them to get destroyed in the next combat. Oh boy. At least the good news is, picking all the debris that we've been picking, we do have enough weapons to actually outfit these guys, which is good. Arbalist, oh my god. Okay, that's a whole lot of ships. Cool. We're gonna want more supplies. In fact, I'll just take all the supplies. I don't think it's going to hurt. More fuel. Going to max out in fuel. I'm going to take a little bit more crew so that we don't have under crew. And then what I want to do is I want to put the captains in the ships that matter most, because I don't need captains in like my salvage ship or my fuel ship. That doesn't make any sense. So ordering these ships in terms of like combat capabilities roughly, and then putting the captains in these ships that are more likely to do well in combat. So let's see. Do I still want... I'm going to still take the... I'm not going to change ships myself, even though I don't pilot the Fear Rail that well. So this is... a laser boat. And you... we need a laser mastery. Here we go. Energy weapon mastery. Perfect. This is grav beams and missiles. Ballistics. So this is Rex unnamed. Rex unnamed. Rex unnamed. Alright, so ballistics and missiles would be you. Perchance. Or maybe another 7. So we've got energy weapon mastery again. Gunnery implants and energy. You know, that's fine. Neuron will be in that one. And then this Falcon will take the other 7. There we go. Alright, Brise it. With Azaroon. Well, you have missile spec. Is... oh no, this thing's full of missiles. That actually works. Grim Angel with the shield mod for the Shrike. Okay, that kind of makes sense, slightly. Snarf! Someone with missile spec? Well, you have missile skill, not missile spec. But that will work. Manticore, someone with ballistics. Not ballistics, but Major Mildew will take you. And then the last enforcer will be the last man. Alright, so now we have a bunch of captains. The other thing I could do is then check their bionics to add some decent bionics to them. Ones that are removable, ones that are within their BRM and can be removed. That's the thing I'd be looking for. Oh, and before I do that, let's go ahead and name the ships. So we've got Scumdog. We've got Azaroon. Azaroon isn't even piloting the Azaroon. Not that you need to. And then, Asak. Cool. And those are the only ones that are gonna raffle off. All the ISS unnamed ones back down here, I don't really care. They're just like... yeah, they're oops, nope, don't scuttle. They're not worth messing with. Alright, I'm gonna put my non-combat ships at the bottom. The other thing is, like, I am 3 ships away from max fleet, so maybe I do pull 3 more random ships out that could fight. 1, 2, 3. We'll go with full fleet. Okay, cool. So back to the bionics. We are looking for probably bionics that don't necessarily hurt the ships, degrade the ship in any way. So there's a lot of these bionics that like have a trade-off, like maneuverability 40%, hull damage taken 20%. And I wouldn't necessarily want a bad trade-off. So I'm going to be taking a bunch of the freebies. Freebie bionics, like reduce the rate at combat readiness degrades by 10%. Like, that's a freebie. I have 22 copies of this, and like, it has no downsides. Flux capacity, flux dissipation, and that has no downsides. So I'm going to do SOI on all captains, and probably leg harmony on all captains. Max speed and turn rate. Oh, this is let's see. Serenity neural interface I like even more. So that's max speed 5%, turn rate 20%, and combat readiness degrades 10%. Is there another one BRM? Nope, that works. So I'm going to do Serenity and Harmony for all captains. I'm just going to keep it really simple and not overthink it. Oh, that's the wrong Harmony. Which one was it? This one? Yeah. Oops. I wish it was... Yeah, you can... Oh! Azarun has a second heart. Oh, look at you. Wow, second heart. Good for you. You're going to be a bionic monster when you grow up. I don't even have 2 hearts, man. Alright, Sun Tzu. And that way they're all identical. And eventually, once I have better ships, I can specialize. But I'm not gonna drill down to that level now. I'm not considering it. Don't want to do it. It's not gonna make enough of a difference, especially given that our bionics limit is 6, right? Okay, so now they all have identical bionics. Except for you? Now are they all identical? And the only Azarun is the only one with 2 hearts. Okay. Alright, that looks right. And then there's me. Okay, cool. Let's get ready to rumble with some Pathers. Pather scum. Anything else I need to do? Nope, I don't think so. Okay, so we're heading back to Beta Nimb or whatever. We're going to the Gobi Safehold. And we are going to go destroy some paths. Hopefully. Alright, excuse me. The Persean League fleet maneuvers to prevent you from disengaging easily. It does not appear to be certain that your of your identity. Any hostilities will have a reduced impact on your reputation. Your fleet is too large to be able to disengage easily. What do they want? Hailing suspicious fleet operating in non-charted volume. The League Navart looks down at you like they've caught a small-time ore smuggler. This task force acts in the legitimate interest of the Persean League to regulate safe travel and freedom of commerce per interfactional law. She raises her chin another couple degrees. As the apparent representative of a non-league entity and non-signatory of the Persean Sector Commercial Standards Accord, you are hereby ordered to stand down your weapons. Prepare to be boarded. Dictum concludes, she sneers, "We're here to make sure you're civilized, Spacer. Open up." Alright, fine. You can inspect. The inspection teams are not gentle, tearing open hatches, rummaging through careful organized stocks, and running active scans directly through sensitive equipment clusters. Complaints from your fleet's officers are met by stony bureaucratic obfuscation. Claim forms may be submitted to seek recompense for regularly unavoidable damage incurred during inspection, but one shouldn't expect a response from the investigatory body for at least a cycle. So it ruined the combat readiness, and we're free to go. Basically, they're trying to bully us into compliance with their laws. The problem is, let's go repair our fleet back at Dwo, because, like, they broke some stuff. Probably. No, only 5 supplies, that's not that bad. Yep. So, they're just being jerks. Jerks being jerks. Par for the course. They want us to join their, Persean League, and to impose, like, tariffs, taxes, and bureaucracy upon us. And we want to be independent, stateless, so of course we were gonna, like, come to... Productivity, found almost nothing. So I think we're getting to the end of tech mining being useful. I'm gonna keep it up a little bit longer, but it's, like, barely paying for itself at this point. Oh, a Tier 5 world intel. And there's ruins on it. Thank you for tuning in to Starsector Homeworld, which originally streamed live on Twitch. If you have any questions for me, let me know in the comments below. If you would like to catch a live stream of mine, Rhodamont.com has my stream schedule and countdown timers to upcoming streams. If you'd like to join my online gaming community on Discord, Rhodamont.com has a link to it, as does the description of this video. Thank you so very much for watching. Special thank you to my Twitch subscribers, Patreon patrons, and viewers like you that support the channel and made it all the way to the credits. Thank you so very much. I hope to catch you in the next episode or an upcoming stream. Farewell, all my fellow pilots.